The idea for the Sunset Circus first started, many years ago when I was on Ringling Brothers, and I used to have conversations with the circus priest, Father Jerry, and he used to tell me that every circus act tells a story. So I came up with this idea. Believe the first title was called Everyone's Family, and it was supposed to be a kind of a gypsy circus, and the audience has just stumbled upon their campsite. They're in between engagements, and they've just rested for the night. And what do circus people do when they're relaxing, and they're working on their acts, or they're dealing with each other, and just the general way that circus families and circus people socialize with each other. A parent finally realizing their child is ready to leave home, or the child who's now ready to be considered an adult. So I myself, as I was getting older and the changes that were going through my life, I found a lot of things that I was dealing with reflected in these storylines and in these metaphors I was putting into these circus acts. So it became very personal, and at the same time, I was convinced that bringing this whole idea to fruition would have been a pretty powerful circus. So what is it that we wanted the audience to do? We wanted the audience to come upon this circus as if it's set up in a field. It's dusk, the day is ending. You would see the various parts of the campsite, fires burning, food being, dinner, food being prepared. This family kind of exists on their own circus plane, as it were, because we didn't want anything to get in the way of the story of this family, and weaving in something like, first of all, a story, then second of all, multiple stories, then third of all, multiple stories that require the act to ultimately be the catalyst that causes the change. We were heaping a lot on the plate, and I think we've truly carried it off with elegance, style, and finesse. The first thing I want the audience to walk away with is the idea that they truly have gotten to know this family and feel like they have been welcomed and in some way belong to this family. That this particular time or this particular show was unique to them. And the second thing is when they see these characters and they see what these characters are going through, I'm hoping that there's some empathy there. I want to present these moments honestly and earnestly enough so that people can sit there and identify and in some way link something in their life to what they're doing. I want them to feel for the characters. I want them to feel about this show, and at the same time I want them to reflect a little bit on themselves and see themselves in what this family is going through.